things. COVID is just interested in doing what it does best. It just causes disruption to the human body to the maximum effect. And a lot of people have been affected. And numbers today, I don't want to talk to you about numbers to depress you, but we are getting better. Now, if you've had the 2 injections and you do get infected, you will probably be able to go through like a similar situation as you do with the flu. And that is what it's all about now. So the COVID of present mutation is like a flu, but then further on, there's the Indian variant, there's a Delta variant, and there are more models coming of COVID, which nobody has a clue about. So all of you listening in right now, do share your experiences with us. Talk to us about what you have experienced and what do you think the best way is going forward. You can call us on WhatsApp, or you can call by SMS on 077 488 55055. And I'd like to hear your comments as well. And then we can have a good discussion on the way forward. So all of you listening in right now, do call in on 0774 88 55055. That's a text number. Don't call on that number. You can call in on the studio number, which is 0116 4822 Of course, now we are in the last days of the Hajj. That is what I want to discuss with you today, right? We've gone past the COVID and we want to talk about Hajj, the ritual of Hajj. This is what all of us have got to learn about, and we have to be reminded about this ritual again and again and again each year, because Hajj comes upon us every year. The merits of Hajj, the ritual of Hajj, and the importance of Hajj, that is what we all need to learn about and share with each other. Always a reminder. The footsteps that we take today will define us tomorrow. And the people who follow into our footsteps will also be better for it if we, the adults, make the right footsteps. If we make the right footsteps today, our children that will follow our footsteps will be better for it. But if we, the adults, the mothers, the fathers, the grandfathers, grandmothers, and all the adults out there, many of us, the managers, the leaders, everybody out there, all the people out there who are in a position of privilege, you are the ones who can define a better tomorrow. So it is important for all of us to take the right footsteps, right? I'm asking that. Are we all doing that? My producer, I'm asking him, is he taking the right footsteps? And all the team around him, are they taking the right footsteps? Are they making the right footsteps? Of course, it's very important for all of us to do that. Now today, I'm going to introduce you to one of our distinguished members of the community. He's been working tirelessly in the community, in the charity sector with a mosque in Leicester, and he's been responsible for the Eid function, the Eid Kara we call it, right? The Eid at Victoria Park, right? Which takes place every year, twice a year. But of course, we did not see any of that last year in 2020, the year of the COVID, right? They call it COVID-19, but we call it the year of the COVID, right? The Eid festival, that's what we want to talk about today. So my brother who has joined me today, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My brother, now you have a very distinctive voice. I will recognize it anywhere in Leicester. On the telephone.
It seems so. Many people tell me this.
Yeah.
Once they hear my voice, they say, this is Dr. Abu Salaam.
Of course, Dr. Abu Salaam. You all know this voice like I know it. So, Dr. Abu Salaam, tell me and share with me your experience personally and also at your mosque on Welford Road. And we today are going to enlighten the community in Leicester as to how many members, or approximately, we have people here from Saudi Arabia, from Iraq, predominantly, who visit your mosque. they're also from, you have some people from Algeria as well. And you have people from maybe 10 or 15 countries, don't we, at your mosque?
Yes, my mosque obviously is a small one. It is at 176 Welford Road.
Of course, I'd like to call it our mosque.
Our mosque, yes.
There is no such thing such as my mosque.
Absolutely, I
Right?
agree completely with you. But frankly, it was a reaction because you asked me personally.
I got you there. I got you there.
This is why I
Dr.
said
Islam.
mine. Otherwise, we always say it is our mosque.
It's our mosque.
And
Yeah.
frankly, I don't know how people they perceive that it is Arab mosque. No, it is not. In fact, most of the attendants of the mosque, which is our mosque, which is called Masjid al-Sunnah of Leicester, most of them are really from Pakistani or Indian origin. Even the student in the university who are very nearby and they come, they are almost, I would say, all of them are Indian except one. I have now every picture in my mind comes to my mind, and their names in my mind also. So it is really a mosque for everyone, obviously. Clearly, there are number of Saudis, number of Libyan, number of other Arab countries, but mainly, frankly, because obviously the biggest community of Muslims in Leicester are really of the subcontinent origin, and therefore everywhere in every masjid you find them, plenty of them. Most of the attendants in that masjid or this masjid are really from the subcontinent origin. And when we deal with them, this is only a comment to what you said. Otherwise, I do not really say this is from India, or this is from Pakistan, or this from Iraq, or this is from whatever.
Of course,
these names are made by the others. It is not made by us.
Not at all.
We are
not
Muslims,
at all.
and that's it. Finished. This is really full.
Now, the ruling from a message is that if it's Jummah prayer and you're driving in a particular area, it's good to know where all the mosques are in Leicester. So if you are late, a mosque is not like an Asda, a Tesco, or a Sainsbury's where you go to Asda because it's cheaper than Sainsbury's. It's not to be that way at all.
This is absolutely.
A mosque, the reason for a mosque is it's in a regional area, in your locality, so it's walking distance. So you leave your house, you walk to your mosque. Hence, that is the reason why there are mosques all over the city, predominantly from Beaumont Leys to New Parks to the city centre to Highfields area to Melton Road area to Evington to Ordby, right up to Welford Road. So collectively throughout the city, who's going to ring me and tell me how many mosques there are in Leicester, right? Call me on 0116 4822 086 and we can share some knowledge with each other. Of course, I know the answer, but I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to keep the answer to myself. And of course, if you know the answer as well, ring me on 0116 4822 086. So if you're driving along, be careful, make sure your hands free. Otherwise, you can even text me if you're at home on 077 488 55055. Of course, there are numerous and many mosques, and of course from all different denominations, right? But you know, all of you who are listening in right now, we only had one Prophet ﷺ, and we only got one Allah,
Subhanallah.
right? So it doesn't matter which denomination you are, whatever your belief is ahad, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is really should be the slogan, frankly, not only the message. This is a slogan. We are all Muslim. We believe in one God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And our leader is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is our example. And whatever he has done or he has taught us, we follow. We do not question him. But the main thing that we are sure that we follow the authentic hadith. This is really what we always concentrate, emphasize in our masjid, that this is why it is called Sunnah. The Sunnah, by the way, we are not talking here politically about Sunnah and Shia. We are talking about the methodology of the Prophet ﷺ. So once we are authentically, we hear the method of the Prophet ﷺ, whether it is in practice or in teaching, saying words, then we follow. And this is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and this is what Allah ordered us to do, to obey the Prophet ﷺ. Likewise, we obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I really like, very nice to say a comment. I used to know the number of the mosques in Leicester last year, but frankly, they are growing very quickly. I do not know the number anyhow. Myself, I do not know the number. I can guess, but not the exact.
Of course, a lot of people, they will say 54, and a lot of people say there's 80, because to keep track, there are mosques. Each year, there are approximately 2 new mosques happening.
Yes.
Now, do you know Divana Road?
I do not know, frankly.
It's at the back of us here on Evington Road. And there's a mosque opened up there.
MashaAllah.
Yes.
MashaAllah.
So,
what is the name of the mosque?
I do not know the full name, because the name is a long name.
Okay.
And these mosques is opened up there. Now, when these mosques open for the right reasons, you will please Allah.
This is the main reason for opening a mosque.
Yeah.
It should be really to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to spread His message.
Yeah. Now, we are going to see drastic changes happening everywhere across the board, right? Some of these changes will be good for us. Some of these changes will be useless. They will not be good for us. So we have to all embrace, discuss, debate, and take on the good and leave the bad.
Correct, absolutely. I mean, nothing can be said about this. This is really exactly, this is the phrase, and it's full stop. Yes, we have to take the good and forbid the bad. The bad. I mean, this is an important principle in Islam. Islam is different from many other religions, and possibly Islam also contains a culture. It is also different from many other cultures. One of the main principles of Islam is to command, to spread, to encourage good things, and to forbid the bad behaviors or bad deeds or whatever.
Of course, that is easier said. It's enjoying the good,
yes,
forbid the bad.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's what we have to do.
Yes, exactly.
So, of course, every mosque has their own committee, they have their own trustees, and I look around, I research, and I encourage all the mosques to try to bring younger people on board at trustee level. If we do not do that, then we will not be able to adapt to the changes that are happening with the young population, right? We, the older people, we are there for guidance, for providing the positive nasihas to these younger people. If we don't do that, and we sit there forever, we will not see a positive change. We will see detachment of our younger people. A mosque today is not just there to go pray 5 times a day and go home and close the doors, lock the building. We would like these mosques to be more than just 5 times a day prayer building.
And frankly, this is the tradition of the mosque. By the way, this is really the prophetic tradition of a mosque. The mosque of the Prophet ﷺ in Medina at the time of the Prophet ﷺ was not just only to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to do salah or to do i'tikaf, etc. It was really a cultural center. It was a center for every activity among the Muslims.
Is a mosque in Leicester, is it a vote bank? You know what I'm saying when I say vote bank? Is it a place where a politician from a red, blue, or yellow party comes there, takes his shoes off, and he says a few words to win some points?
No, obviously, clearly. I mean, by the way, anyhow, there is modern life, and we are part of the modern life, and there is no harm if we allow for that or that to come and make whatever. But what is the main reason for the mosque? It's not this. The main reason for the mosque is really, clearly, obviously, is to provide a venue for worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Secondly, to spread the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to teach or educate the youth and the others about the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to make an example in the area that a mosque is really a nur, is a light.
All of that is absolutely, goes without saying, is totally agreed upon.
Yeah.
And Dr. Abu Salaam, right? No issue there. Now, today, when we have so many mosques all over the city, we should take the lead to be at the forefront of community development, right?
Absolutely right.
So this is the reason why I say, let's bring the younger people on board. You and I cannot run like we used to.
Right.
Every 10 years, there's a different dynamic,
Correct.
right? We are now in the dynamic of the DOD. Are you familiar with that?
What is DOD?
DOD is doctor, optician, dentist,
I see, right.
right? Are we not?
No, I do not know what is the meaning of that, frankly.
That's
DOD
only- yeah.
is really nice. What is that? It's the first time I hear about it.
And you know, DOD for all Muslims should never be forgotten, because from the day you're born, your DOD, your date of death, is already written there. Allah,
Clearly, obviously.
Allah-
This is our belief. Anyway.
yeah, and that can come to you tomorrow, right?
Anytime.
Today, anytime.
Yes.
While we are sitting here doing this
Absolutely, any
program.
moment.
Yeah?
Yes, yes.
While we are doing this live program. So this is our reminder for us to continue in good deeds. And we should run fast to do these good deeds, because we may not see another minute of the day.
Absolutely
A
correct.
brother called me now. He said, I'm going to the hospital. I said, what are you going there for? He said, oh, you know, Butty, he's had a heart attack last night,
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
right? Another brother, perfectly healthy wife, nothing wrong. His wife taken to hospital with a mild heart attack.
this
So
w-
this can happen to any one of us.
And frankly, death was very well experienced during the COVID peaks, and especially the first peak. It was really something you cannot describe. Somebody who was not just normal person,
Of course.
and very shortly he developed the illness. Illness progresses very quickly, and he needs ventilation. Ventilation is not enough, etc., etc. Death, and
So
we have
now-
how many of them?
Now, you know, today we can talk about your particular mosque,
Yes.
and we can both leave here today empowered with thinking about Akhirah and tomorrow. Yes?
Absolutely.
When we make the journey for Hajj, we make this journey with the Akhirah. We make dua for forgiveness, and we always continue to make that dua every day, because everything about our life is based around the Akhirah, right?
Absolutely correct.
So this is what I say to people. We learn about yesterday. We learn from yesterday,
About tomorrow.
about today.
And tomorrow, in fact.
And
The akhirah is
if we do not learn from yesterday,
yes.
we take the good of yesterday,
Yes.
we implement into our lives for today, and then what we do today will define a better tomorrow.
There's no doubt.
Yes?
Yes.
You all have to decide, do you want to eat to live, or do you want to live to eat? Which one is it going to be, Dr. Abu Salaam? Tell me.
There's no doubt, obviously, you have to eat to live.
ETL, eat to live.
Or live to eat. This is not us. Should be the other creatures. They are really some other creature. They live to eat. We should eat to live. But we should worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the, in the hereafter, you will not remember what you ate in the past
Not at all.
and what type of food, what vitamins you.
But you know, sometimes, I'll
You
tell
will
you,
remember only how many times you prayed
I'll tell you,
and how many days
you know
you
what?
fast.
Sometimes you say, your brother Muhammad, "Oh, when did I meet him?" But you may not remember brother Muhammad, but you may remember the steak and chips that you had with him on that day.
Right?
And you may not remember it was Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. He says, oh, I remember Muhammad, I met him there on London Road. We had a steak and chips. but you don't remember the day.
Yes.
So this is how it is. People will remember the wrong things at the wrong time.
Absolutely correct. Now, in the masjid, obviously, first of all, we have to start, in the praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the salah on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah wa salatu ala Muhammad Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa wala. As I said, our masjid is a small one, but we were really very much influenced by the COVID. In the first peak, for a number of months, masajid were closed altogether. Not only masajid, all the worship places and many other things. Through the first lockdown, influenced everything. There was complete, full lockdown, and the masajid were completely closed. And it was really very difficult experience. First of all, we have to do a lot of things to decontaminate, to sterilize the masajid, and this really make a lot of efforts and also expenditures. Then there were no brothers coming, and for somebody who used to go 5 times or even 3 times a day to make salah, when you do not meet your brothers, your people, it is really a big consequence on your mentality, etc. You feel lonely and you are anxious to see them, to meet them, to speak to them. They can't and you can't, because clearly there is a reason for that, which is the COVID. Then, alhamdulillah, after that, this was relieved. And the second peak, which is really, I should really say this now in the radio, I should praise the decision from the government that they decided not to close the masajid or the worship places, and to leave them open for the second peak, although there was some criticism from some people here and there. But this was good decision, because this is really, unfortunately, many people who are not used to the worship places, they do not know what they do. They think these are useless places, are just there doing something very tiny. It is not. We provide very important mental support for the people. They find a venue where they can meet with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they feel supported inside their heart and inside their spiritual. And this is really very, very important. This is really the difference between people who are lost themselves and people who found themselves. And this is why the masajid and the worship place in general really make a big role in the society. Alhamdulillah, and also, by the way, alhamdulillah, and also then with the effort of many Muslims leaders, they deliver the message to the government that what we do is significant, is important. We should not ignore it. And alhamdulillah, the government understood. In the second peak and forward, there was no closure of the masajid, but there was masajid at 30% of their capacity because of the social distances. You are talking about 30%.
Scheme.
There is absolutely. This never been applied to worship places and to the masajid. So the masajid left without any support whatsoever, because they lost the support from the community or reduced the support, and there is no compensation. And this is why we say to this year, when we bring me to the Eid festival issue, obviously I'm sure you are going to talk about that in a minute or now.
Yes.
This is why we do not have really enough fund. The fund we have is really what we accumulated in 2019 or 2018. We made very little.
Now, it makes me sad each year that we are looking for £30,000 approximately, isn't it?
This is really in the past.
Yeah.
This is pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID,
yeah.
per Eid is something like 14,000, 15,000, the cost. 2 Eids, 30,000, 32,000, approximately. But in this Eid, for this reason, which is that, number one, the Eid festival date comes really very almost coinciding with the date of relaxation. And the people feel they are still living within the COVID problem. And yes, in fact, the number of COVID cases or positive cases are increasing. So we are very near to we are within the problem. Therefore, there are great number of requirements. There is a lot of requirements from the council, to make sure that the Eid festival will be made safely.
What is the cost this year?
The cost this year is so far is more than 33,000.
More than 33,000.
33,000.
Now, you see, all of you listening in right now, Victoria Park, the Eid Salah is for all of us. Now, you're all aware that in Leicester, there will be Eid Salah at Victoria Park and there'll be Eid Salah at Spinney Hill Park, right?
Absolutely correct.
Now, Dr. Abu Salaam, what I'd like you to explain to our listeners is the merit of Eid Salah at a park.
Yes.
And the tent as well.
Yes.
Right? We have open air in the park and we also have the tent. Now, all of you who go there regularly, you will know that in the tent we accommodate our sisters, our mothers and our sisters and our grandmothers. Yes?
Yes, correct.
And sometimes we are fortunate that we have not seen so much rain.
Yes.
Historically.
Well, I make it simple now and good for us.
Yeah, and then all the men, we have at least, I've even counted up to 20 safs, right, in the Victoria Park. Now, the last Eid Salah was when? What year was it?
Yes, it was the
in
last
year 2020.
Yes, the last one. No, it was really the last one was Eid al-Adha in 2019.
19.
Yes.
So that was the last one. Now 2020, there was no
We
Eid
missed
Salah.
two Salah in
Two
2020
salahs.
and one Salah in 2021.
21. That was this Ramadan gone. We missed the Salah there, right?
Yes.
And of course, it's never the same. If you get four or your friends, or you get people at home, it's not the same, is it?
No, it is not.
Not the same. And it's not even considered the Eid Salah.
Absolutely. You do not
Because
feel it. You do not
there
feel
is
it.
no imam there to recite the khutbah in English, the khutbah in Arabic,
Yes.
and then to pray the 2 rakahs,
Yes.
right? And then the dua afterwards.
Even though the Salah at home, with the COVID reason, because of the COVID condition, is fine. It
is
good.
acceptable.
May Allah accept it.
Yeah.
But it's what I mean here. We are talking about your feeling. Do
feeling,
you feel
yeah.
you are in the Eid festival? You are in the Eid? No, you do not feel. You have done the Salah as part of the ritual you have to do to Allah subhanahu
Of course.
wa ta'ala. But in the festival, in the park, you do not only do that as a ritual. You do it really as a community exercise, as something which bring you all together.
Yeah.
It make the ummah. It make the ummah.
So
this is really why the Prophet ﷺ emphasized this, and he made word command to men and women that they should pray the Eid prayer in the outside, in the musalla, we call it in Arabic, which means in the modern life, it means the park. And he said also the festival. He didn't say the word festival, but he said you celebrate, you تحتفلون, you celebrate the Eid. And he asked the women, even those who have period, obviously those who have period, the women, they should not make salah. You know that they are exempt from salah during the period. He said, even those who have the period, even the elderly who are very elder and sick, even those who just gave birth, if they can, they should come. Why? He said, to share the people the celebration. To share the people the celebration. So
to enjoying the celebration.
Absolutely, to enjoy. Absolutely, to enjoy. Enjoy the celebration.
Of course.
Islam is a balanced religion. There is really a place in Islam for entertainment, for joy. As far as they are honest and good, there is no problem with that. People do not feel embarrassed if they want to entertain themselves. There is no problem whatsoever with them. In fact, this is part of Islam, because Islam is a religion for life. It is not for certain people or for certain time. It is for all times and for all peoples. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ, he did not leave any aspect of life where he did not advise us or commanded us. And in this category, in the Eid festival, in the Eid prayer, he in fact commanded us. It is not an advisory thing, it is a command. And therefore, people should, if they can, they should aim to pray the Eid festival with their families, with their children, with everybody in the park. Whether it is Victoria Park or Spinney Park, this is not a problem. Frankly, I am here not only to advocate for the Victoria Park, but also to Spinney Park, because they are our brother and we have no
Of
problem
course.
whatsoever.
So today we're here, and Dr. Abu Salaam has quite rightly pointed out that regardless of which particular park, both of these parks will have a similar problem. In the COVID conditions, the local council have implemented a lot of strict rules of supervision. So that is in itself an added cost which they've passed on to the organizers at both the parks, respectively.
Absolutely.
So the actual costs can run past 45 to 50,000 pounds.
I
right?
think so.
Is that for the 2 salahs or just the one?
What is
That
it
cost,
by two?
that total cost
What
of,
do you mean by 2 salam?
like you will have 2 Eid Salahs.
In the
One
same
after,
park.
yeah, one after Ramadan and
I
one.
see, two Eid festivals,
Yeah.
2 Eid prayers. No, it is only one. For in the past, it used to be 30, 32 for both salah, for per year, say. Now it is per Eid.
So almost you are spending around, let's say, a figure of 35,000 pounds.
Around that figure.
Per Eid.
Yes, it will be, yes.
Now, when you think about it, in the city of Leicester, we have about 80,000 Muslims.
Yes.
80,000 Muslims. So if they all pay £1 each,
We
Yes.
should be on the moon.
then we have money
Yes.
to pay for both
Yes.
the salahs.
Absolutely.
The one at Spin Hill Park and one at here, £1 a week. £1 a person. £1. Dr. Abu Salaam, I don't smoke, but maybe you and I know people who smoke. One packet of cigarettes of 20 cigarettes in there,
How much it costs per day?
I think it's about £9
Right? Per day.
per day.
Look at that.
And all we're asking-
It harm yourself. You paid £9 to harm yourself.
Yeah, so all we're asking is £1. It's not a lot of money.
No, it is not a lot of money. And obviously, I don't know. From experience, we say if, but the if is really still if anyhow. It is very difficult to ask all the people to pay £1. But let us make it even smaller. For example, now I am looking for the deficit I have now in the Eid Festival now, which is really the Eid Festival, which will be next week. The deficit we have is something like 15,000 or 16,000. 15,000, okay, we need 150 family. Each family pay £100. Okay, there are maybe many families they cannot pay £100.
Okay, tell us more about this deficit. How did this
The
deficit come
deficit,
about?
I tell you what, I can give you the breakdown now, in fact. Because, frankly, I just applied for a fund, and I remember now all the figures because I just come from that. For example, in the past, they require the council, health and safety department and other departments, they require something like 15 to 20 staff.
Yeah.
The general management company cost us something like 4,000 to 5,000. This year, the council require, because of the COVID, because they have something called purple guidelines, they have to follow these purple guidelines. They require 60 staff.
Of course.
So just tell me the comparison between 20 to 60. And the cost of the management only, that is just the general management, is 15,300.
So we have issues, financial issues. The whole country has changed dynamics due to COVID. Extra care is exercised in order to meet up the public requirements and also the government requirements.
Yes.
Safety is of paramount importance. So when you come for your Eid Salah, I would recommend all of you, don't just throw your mask away, right?
Absolutely correct. This is really a good thing. I thought, can I give you a little bit more figures about the expenditure, because we were on that particular things. For example, the marquee used to cost us something like 5,000, 6,000. Now it is 8,400. In fact, with the chairs and the tables, it will be 9,000. Now, the fencing, for example, is very expensive. The 1,800, for example, the cost. The cost of the main costs are the marquee and the management. The traffic management, again, it costs 1,217 pounds. The insurance, for example, I used to make insurance for 5 consecutive Eid festival by something like 360, 380. Now,
Of course.
just the insurance for one event is 700. This
Right
is with
now,
discount.
let's now make it easy. Now, all of you listening in right now, I'd like you to call in on 0116 4822 If you have a question, Dr. Abu Salaam is here right now with me. He can answer your question quite easily. Now, if afterwards you call us, are we good to pass on your number
Yes,
to them?
there's no problem.
And they can ask any question
Yes.
you want. Now,
Yes.
inshallah, we make dua that there is one donor out there who will say, brothers, here's £15,000 from me.
MashaAllah.
Right? Now, somebody may ask also that is this kind of a payment, sadaqah jariyah, or in any shape, form or manner, can it be towards a zakat payment?
Zakah, I don't think we can, unless we consider this as a part of da'wah, which I think this is really too much.
Okay.
But it is not zakah. Sadaqah, definitely sadaqah, because sadaqah,
Sadaqah,
is any
right?
good things.
So this payment is for your sadaqah jariyah, right? Which is also accepted very well. Now, I'm going to read you some details of the account number and the sort code, right? So if you want to send any funds in, these will be printed on our website as well. You can pick them up from there, and our website details I'll give you in a short manner, right? So account holder name is LCA.
Which is Leicester Community Assist. Frankly, this is the other name of Masjid al-Sunnah. This is the name.
Leicester Community Assist, right? That's a wonderful name, Leicester Community Assist, right? Or I was thinking of Leicester Community Academy, right? There's another place that
Yes,
I
but
know
this
that's
is
called
assist
that.
really,
Yeah,
this is-
assist,
yes,
assist,
yeah,
yeah.
yes.
Account number is 0125 4301. That is the account number, and the sort code is 390.
It is 30. Sorry. The sort code is 300083.
Okay.
30. Possibly this was
An error.
typing. Yes, typing.
Yeah, so amend that. I'll send a message to our team, our technical team, to amend that to 30 immediately. Because they have it written as 39.
It is 30. In fact, yes, it's 30.
So it's 300083. Now, of course, this will be on our website, so you can attend to that immediately. It's sort code is 30. The sort code.
Yes, 300083.
83. The account number is the same, yeah?
Yes.
I see. Okay. We shall correct that sort code. It is 30031. Of course, it'll be much easier for you to pick it up from our website. 30 on the sort code, right? Instead of 39.
Yes, 30.
Yes?
It is really my mistake because the finger is a little bit bigger than the size of the keyboard.
Yeah.
You know, it is a mobile.
And
anyhow.
if you can just check that account number if it's correct.
It is. I'm sure it is correct because.
Yes, good to double check,
But I double check. Yes, it is 01254301.
Of course.
And the sort code is 300083.
Okay. Now, this is not the easiest of tasks to ask people to provide money for this expense. We have to do this continuously to create awareness. So right now, today we're doing this program. The awareness is very important. So all of you listening in right now, talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk about this Eid festival, the merits of it. Dr. Abu Salaam has explained to you very well the importance and the merits of it, and that it's for the whole wide community of all colors, creeds, nationalities, from all different countries.
All ages,
Right.
or social.
Now,
social
when you
backgrounds,
come to the festival, it's almost like a United Nations of the Islamic world.
Absolutely correct.
Yes?
Correct. From a religious point of view, I already spoke about with the command of the Prophet ﷺ. From other point of view, I think there will be no two person will argue about the significance of having a Eid festival in the parks, especially a big park in the center of the city, because every ethnic minority in this city, they have their festival. Why the Muslims do not have their festival? And if we do not have, if we have to stop it, is it good for our community? Plus, what is the consequence of our new generation? They see always they celebrate in the Christmas and Easter, but they do not celebrate the Eid festival.
Of course, my brothers and sisters, an Eid festival is as important as a food festival, as the England football match.
It is really, frankly,
Yes.
in my view, it is for us.
More important.
It is more important.
Of course, it's more important than that. So I want us all to set an example for our next generation. If we do not emphasize enough the importance of these Eid festivals at Victoria Park and in Spinney Hill Park,
Yes,
we will not be doing succession planning.
absolutely.
We will not take care of the grassroots of our ummah, the young people.
We are losing the
Right.
future.
We will lose the future. We will be responsible for the future.
Yes. And the ithm, the sins is on us because
Yeah.
we didn't do our part. This is really, it is not only your role as a parent or whatever, it is also your role as a Muslim. You have to keep Islam alive until the day of judgment. Obviously, Allah will do, but Allah will do it by us, by making people to make the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And from other point of view, it is very significant when there are thousands of people standing in the park, praying together with one imam. What sort of impact will be on the others as a matter of da'wah, as a tool of da'wah to Islam? Plus, it is very important for Muslim to show in every city, not only in Leicester, to show what impact Muslim can make on life.
Of course, the tool of rule. Let's talk about the tool of rule. We don't have much time left now. Is the dawah, isn't it? The tool
Yes.
of rule.
Yes.
Is the dawah of good Islamic manners going
Absolutely.
forward
Correct.
for our children,
Yes,
right? For all of our community.
yes.
And I would like us all to join together to put ideas on the table to take our community engagement to another level,
Right.
right? Like you are all based on Welford Road. Everyone throughout the city should know each other, who's doing what, how everyone can network and take our good work to another level.
Correct, correct.
Because I am saying to all of you right now that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask you on the day of judgment that what did you do for each other?
Right.
What did you do for your fellow brothers and sisters?
Yes.
What did you do for your children? Right?
Correct, correct.
And if you haven't got anything meaningful to say, then we'll all be sad for that.
Obviously, we have to prepare ourselves for that question.
Of course.
How to answer
Yeah.
that question? We have to prepare it now.
So today you and I are sat here together, right?
Yes.
It's our duty that we talk about these things and we continue afterwards to call each other, to find out, to share ideas.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I make one maybe possibly last note, maybe anyhow, that the Eid festival should continue. Frankly, this is really my advice. I have been involved in this issue many years now, and I am Imam also Masjid. The Eid festival really is really giving or making a very good function to the community and to the whole of Leicester.
I'm going to remind all of you that many things in the city have not happened. Why? Because of the issue of sustainability. Our own people failed to do the right things at the right time.
Yeah.
They did not do today, which could have defined a better tomorrow.
Yes.
And we don't want that to happen to the Eid festival.
Yeah. And there is really one particular issue which has to be emphasized well and should be known to everyone in Leicester and outside Leicester. This Masjid al-Sunnah maybe is different from any other masjid by one thing, which is there is imam, there is muaddin, and their servant, etc. All of them are volunteers free of charge for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. None of us take any penny from the masjid for any reason. And by the same thing apply to the Eid festival. None of us, obviously, you talk about one day festival, but I talk about many months preparation.
Of course.
And many calls and many,
And it is a very, very difficult task.
Free of charge. Obviously, we do not want people to say thank you to us because we are looking for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You do it for the sake of Allah.
Absolutely. But what I want them to know that we are not looking for fund because we want to put it in our pocket.
Yeah.
We are not. In fact, we bring from our pocket and pay to this festival or that function, function.
I'm going to appeal to all the business community out there that this is not a lot of money. If there are 100 plus reasonably sized businesses who are turning over more than £1 million, they themselves can do this.
Right, and you remind me about businesses. Frankly, the Eid Festival make the best method of marketing for them. We are prepared to, we are very accepting. We welcome them to bring their banners, their whatever they want, leaflet, etc. But obviously, we need some donation, reasonable, to cover the cost of the Eid festival, to continue the Eid festival.
Well, if we find these businesses, you be sure to mention them.
Yeah, please.
So all of your businesses, I'm going to make a suggestion to you now. We have to do this together with ideas. So of course, we'll continue in every program because we are coming to the end now. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm grateful to you, and may Allah give you a lot of reward for this chance and this really opportunity to speak to the audience in Leicester.
Jazakallah khair.